Hey guys, welcome. It's Marcy, the Cranky Crafter. It's Fodder Friday. If you're watching this, you made it to another Friday, which is always a great thing. Today, we're going to be making brown bears. I know. You're like, what does that even mean? Well, let me show you. This little guy is holding a flower, and he's kind of got like an egg shape. This one, not holding anything, and he's a completely different shape. I was just having fun experimenting with the shapes and sizes, and to be honest, I don't know if I have a favorite. This gal has got a little bow and eyelashes. Bow tie. This one holding a little pine tree. You could have them holding whatever you want, right? Like a present or a flower or I don't know. What else? A cake? A cheeseburger? Some of them have little pink feet. Some of them don't. You can do it however you'd like. Whichever shape you think you enjoy the most. Try a few shapes and see what you think. Now, I put in the little curlies, like the little curly cues. You don't have to do that. You can leave them completely just plain if you want to. I did it a few different ways. This one, I came back in with watercolor and added. I don't know if I was so crazy about that one. But then I came in with colored pencil on top and did it. It's all right. Maybe if I just did the colored pencil, it would be better. This one, most of them, I used a technique where you just use the end of your brush. And it kind of leaves it can take some of the paint up depending on how wet your paint is, but it kind of leaves like an indentation. So we'll see. We'll see what we think. I'm using my 8 round, and I also have a little bitty tiny one for the ears. This is a 2, but use whatever you have. And then I have a Posca pen and just a fine liner and a pair of scissors. Okay, let's do it. Now, you'll notice, or maybe you didn't notice because I didn't do them all at the same time. Whoa. But some of them are much bigger than others. Don't ask me why. It's just what happened. That's what the paint said to do. I don't know that I need them this big. I think this size would be fine. And there's an even bigger one. I guess I think bear big. But you can do it whatever size. Now, I just have some browns. Different browns right here on my palette. Yes, also some green because I used that at some point and didn't clean it up. But just use whatever brown you have or that you like. You could even, I guess, use black if you wanted. You could do colorful bears if you wanted, just like in the Grateful Dead. Were those bears? I think so. Okay. All right, we're going to start. So this one will be like kind of the egg shape, I guess. And get as sloppy as you want, you know, because it's fun. That's the main reason. It's fun. I feel like it could be a little bit darker, but here we are. Okay, so now, while this is still wet, and you can even do it when it's completely dry, but while it's still wet, I'm taking the end of my brush. You can use whatever size brush you want, but the smaller the brush, a little bit smaller the end will be. And then I just kind of make, like I just go around in circles. That noise isn't very nice, but you get the picture. Whoa. Just makes me think that he's really hairy. And then I'm going to use my little tiny brush and make some ears. Just put them wherever you want. That's too much water, so I'm going to lift some of it up with a dry brush. Like that. And then, you know what? Let's just make the bodies first, because I'm afraid that these are still going to be a little bit wet. Okay, that's what we have right now. That's a pretty good size, I think. They don't need to be this big. That's a little overzealous. Little overachiever, bear. All right, let me grab some more paint. So, let's see, what have you guys been up to? We're trying to get Ivy used to a crate, because she's going to have to stay in a crate when she's at the board and train, which happens in the spring. We don't usually put them in crates, the dogs. They're just so anxious that they don't do well in crates. But she's going to have to be in a crate while she's there. So, all right, let's see. We can try the different shaped one if you want. Like this. It kind of has like a little head and then a longer body. Like I don't know how to describe that. Instead of just one whole egg shape, you're making like a little ball and then a bigger body. Let's just try it and see, see how I get on. And then come around and make the body. It looks kind of like a keyhole. And you can refine it as you paint it in. I think the funner shape's the better. Really? Because whatever makes you smile. That's what I think. Yeah? So there's that shape. And then I'm going to come in with my brush again. Because I think, I don't think I have a dark pencil that's a colored pencil that will work on that. So like I said, you can leave it completely without that bit if you don't like it. You don't even have to do curls. Maybe you could do just straight lines and make it look like hair that way. What was I talking about? Oh, Ivy. She's going to be going to board and train. I think I've talked about it a little bit, but we actually have, it all squared away now. Like, schedule's set and everything. Why'd you do that, Marcy? That doesn't look very good. Okay, it's fine. But we need her to get more accustomed to a crate. And she doesn't like it. She's not a fan. Because, you know, she's used to just having run of the house, and they do fine. The pups almost always just actually find a place to lay down, and that's what they do. But putting her in the crate, she's already destroyed a bed. We had a big fluffy bed in one of them. Yeah, came home and the stuffing was all ripped out. Yeah, so that she got a little talking to about that. Okay, let's do another egg one, I guess. So we decided that she needs more time in the crate. Like, not long durations of time, but just more often to hopefully get her a little bit more accustomed to it before she has to get thrown into it at the trainer's house. She's not going to like it there either, but she doesn't have a choice there. I'm going to let this one dry and maybe use a colored pencil on it and see what we think. Okay, let's do another one here. But we also, she doesn't do well in the car. She doesn't like it. I mean, she just can't settle. She's constantly pacing. She's very nervous. She usually gets car sick, which, let's be real, in this family, you're not an official member unless you've gotten car sick, because all of us get motion sickness. I don't know what that's about, and it's not fun because you can't do anything in the car besides sit or drive. Like, you know, you have people like my girlfriend gets to knit in the car and read books and all that. No, I don't get to do that because that wouldn't go well. All right, let's do, and then come down. Oh, it looks like a peanut. So we said, maybe if we get her a small crate to keep in the car, it will like contain her so that she doesn't have, you know, time to move around. Space, really. And she's really got as much time as she wants. Because, you know, if you don't like the crate in the house when it's you know, like not going anywhere, why not try it when it is going somewhere? Because that sounds like a really super great idea. It doesn't really. So we took her with us to one of the feed stores and picked up a small crate. And I'm going to attempt, guys, why didn't you tell me I didn't put ears on him? Now this one's wet. Let's see if I can do it without getting all in the paint. So the husband's gone again. While he's gone, that's wet. I'm going to attempt to put Ivy in the crate in the car. I don't know where I'll go. Probably just drive around for the sake of driving around. And she's not going to like it, but sometimes we have to do things we don't like, you know? Whoops. This one's evidently getting different colored ears than its body. And that's okay. Okay. But when we took her into the feed store, she did pretty well. She was very stressed out, panting like crazy. She did super well until she saw another dog. She saw several dogs, okay? I'll be honest about that. She saw several. But for whatever reason, this particular one, she decided that she needed to tell it, give it a little bit of a piece of her mind. Hence the reason she's going to board and train, because hopefully it will help with the reactivity that she has towards other dogs so that we can have an enjoyable hiking experience. Oh, brother. Okay, so now we're going to do eyes and all that other stuff. You can make little ovals for eyes or little round ones. I did some of both. I think they're mostly dry. Really, there's no right or wrong with this. So I did that. And then to make the nose, I'm using my Posca just because it's a little bit bigger, you know, than a fine liner, so it covers better. If you leave a little tiny itty bitty space not covered in, it kind of makes his nose look like it's shiny. Or you can color it all in. And then whatever kind of, you know, little smiley face or whatever you want it to have. I kind of did that on the side because I thought it looked fun. And then you're going to do little arms. So for mine, I kind of start halfway on the top and go all the way on the bottom. Does that make sense? Like start here, curve it around, and then go all the way to the side. They're not going to be the same because we know that I can't do two things the same. See? Not at all the same. One paw bigger than the other one. You can have them holding something or not. And then we do the feet. Some of the feet I put straight up and down. Some of them I kind of do to the side, like at an angle. And then do the little toe beans. Like that. And then if you want, you can, you know, put a little thing in there like that. I suppose. Oh. You could even do like a little curly hair up here. Ooh. There he is. He's got little curly bits. Okay. And then I outline. Now, I get a little bit crazy with the outline. Because it just, well, A, I think it's fun. But B, it kind of makes me think he's just like Harry. That's what it makes me think. And then if you want to, you can, you know, add a little bit of pink down here. Doesn't have to be a lot. There. Look at him. Come on. All right, let's do the next one. Let's see. Let's give this one round eyes. Mostly round until I make them not round. And then nose. I tried these noses several different ways. Like I had like a little like circle around the nose and the mouth. I didn't really like it, so I didn't do it. I didn't leave it. I changed it. Okay. Again, not at all the same. In fact, they don't even look the same shape. It's fine. And then this one we'll just do like straight. Color that bit in instead of pink. Like that. You could put pink in its ears if you want to. Yeah, those are really different. It's fine. It's totally fine. And some of this fine liner, you know, will probably get cut off a little bit when we cut them, but that's okay. Like that. Do we want to put a bow tie on this one? Give them a little bow tie. Yes. Because that's cute. All right. Now this one, I'm just going to grab a brown. This brown. Or which one do we think? I suppose we could do both if we wanted. Let's try this one. Yeah, whoa. You could even do the come around, you know, with the curls outside. You know, like outside your paint line. Does that make sense? Okay. How do we want to do this one? Yeah. And then nose. Mouth. Okay. And then back to the arms. The pen doesn't really like to go on the colored pencil, clearly. That's why it's kind of like skipping. I don't think it likes that colored pencil very well. So it's going to be really strange come springtime to not have Ivy here for a whole month. That's a long time, you guys. That's a long time. And then, but she'll be in very good hands. The gal that we're taking her to posts tons of stuff on like her Instagram stories and stuff like that, so you get to see their progress. Hopefully Ivy doesn't get in trouble like I don't know, decide that it would be a good idea to start a fight or something. I don't know. Don't know. Let's see. Should we have him holding something? Let's finish this one and then we'll go back and maybe we'll give him a pine tree or something. What are we at on time? Okay, we'll finish these and then we'll cut them out. Cause she's never like been off leash. Sorry, I have to hold this paper down. Around other dogs because we don't trust her. And we don't feel confident that we would know how to navigate that situation. So we're going to need to be trained just as much as her, if not more. That's really what it comes down to. Because, you know, we want her to live her best life. And for it to be enjoyable. And we're very fortunate that we have the opportunity to get some help. Yeah? All right. Do you want to give this one a bow on her hair? We think? Do we? What color do we want? Purple, green. Let's do this color. I don't know. Where does it say the colors? Oh, it just says green. That doesn't really look like green. It looks more like a turquoise, but okay. Yeah, that reminds me of a peanut. Gidgey's going in for her spa day today. Gidgey is. She's going to come back all beautified. That's still a little bit wet, so I'll need to come back and do that. What were we going to do? We were going to give him a pine tree. You can give him anything you want. But, you know, it is that time of year. So, I just did like little arrow shapes. Started out a little bit smaller. And then came down like that. That's one wonky pine tree. But you get the idea. Or we hope. We hope that we've gotten the idea. Yeah? Is that dry, you think? Put the... Nope. Not dry all the way. Well, we'll leave that. All right. I did try to give one of them tails. Little, like, cotton ball tail on the side. Looked funny, so I cut it off. But if you like the look of it, then try it and see. But, you know, oh boy, the possibilities are endless. Whatever you'd like them to be. You could put a Santa hat on. like little, what did we do on the penguins? You know, like little antlers or like little holly for like a headband. If you wanted to do it that way. Or leave it completely plain, and that's totally fine. So that's the great thing, is that they all can be different because there's no rules. You get to make the rules. So while Giddy's at her spa day, Ivy will be here in her crate, probably cursing me, and I'm gonna do a few book drops because when we went out of town, I didn't get to do as many as I normally would because we, you know, spent our time other ways. So I don't tend to do them around town as often because it's just small. I mean, it just feels like all the books end up, you know, like cycling through everybody's here in town, and then they just keep going round and round and round. So I prefer to do it elsewhere, just to, you know, change things up. All right, let's see. Let me get something to set these on so we can see what we got. We did these little ones today. Am I in frame? I'm in frame. This one looks like a, she looks like a little baby bear. Aw, little baby bear. And then we have these monstrosities. They're very large. Why did I make them so large? I can't know. What do you think, you guys? Do you have a favorite shape, or a favorite? Oh, look, they ended up being right next to each other. Do you like it with the colored pencil, or do you prefer it with the end of the brush? Or maybe you prefer it like this with the watercolor. Anyway, if you guys make some, post them somewhere so that I can see them, either on my community page or on Instagram, any of the Facebook groups or whatever that we happen to be in together. Yeah, so there's another Fodder Friday all done. And trying to think what we have coming up. More water book lessons, watercolor lessons out of the book. I'm going to be starting a new project soon, so that's exciting. I've got a few more things I need to get ready for it, but it will be revealed soon. I think that's it. So have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you next time.